likes and followers and those that are all of the above. I just wanted to say I'm so happy that you're watching this today, and that you're here with us. This is recorded from a Tuesday talk. Today, I guess I am alone. Someone wants to talk to me today about visibility plans. This is such an important concept. And it's one of the things that I've been working on. And since I've been working on that, I've gotten more calls, I've gotten more done, and everything seems to just be clear. So I want to walk you through a couple things about visibility plans. If it's okay, a lot of people right now are relying on social media as their primary visibility plan. There's nothing wrong with social media. Social media is great. It's amazing, no matter what social media you're working with, right? I'm not saying social media is bad. I am not that person. Trust me, I still use social media. So why would I do that? So when we're talking about social media, is there's more out there though, right? So we have social media. And for this, I want to talk, we're going to start with posts, okay? So another thing you could be doing on social media is lives, right? And another thing that should be in your plan is your group work, right? Both people outside and inside, your group and other people's groups, right? So this is the 3 levels of the social media. Next, we're going to do some video work, right? And what I want to think about here, mind you, your lives should definitely go to your YouTube page or your Vimeo, whatever you're working on. They can also be cut up for little content also. So if you have some big content, you can break that down into lower content. And I am not the video editor, I normally do. So I have an assistant that does that for me a lot of times, or doesn't. And that's one of the things that I'm working on now is getting some of my longer content cut up into smaller chunks. All right, next is we're going to do short form video. So what is your short form videos? Right? Those are Reels, TikTok. I spell TikTok wrong all the time. You guys will laugh at me all over. I got it right, I think, this time. Reels, TikTok, and YouTube Shorts. I'm going to give you a little secret to these, right? That I'm going to help you with. I start mine in Instagram. I record in Instagram and I record them for 60 seconds. Their recording is really simple and it's really easy to download. Okay. They also automatically will, they have a sticker that will allow you to close caption. It is said that 80% of all short form video is watched on the toilet with the sound off. So just a thought there. So you want to make it so that they're actually able to absorb some content. Okay. And once I get it done in Instagram, I download it. I post it to Facebook. I do not have my Instagram post to Facebook for me. I also post it to TikTok and to my YouTube. I also, because TikTok automatically does it, it sends it over to Snapchat for Snapchat Reels. I can't remember even what it's called. It's not really that important. It's not something that I would do. It was not something that I would focus on. It hasn't been effective for me. Maybe effective for you. If you're a Snapchatter and you're one of those people that have a ton of Snapchat people, send that over. They may like it. All right. So the next thing that we want to kind of talk about is podcasts. All right. So podcasts. So both yours You may have a podcast, right? How are you getting yours out there, and how are you getting yourself booked on podcasts? Podcasts are one of the best ways for you to reach an audience, someone else's audience, and that may be very synergetic. Is the word I'm going to use today, right? And last but not least is trainings. All right. So one of the things I do this call every week on Tuesdays. Um, it is at 7 p.m. Eastern. And if you are in the Freedom Entrepreneurs United community, you have this call. So that's part of mine. It could be a call. It could be such as this, or it could be something like it could be a live, or it could be a workshop or challenge. Whatever makes sense to you, right? So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about mine, right? I am a human in 3 groups. I'm a human in 3 groups. In 3 groups. What does that mean? That means I'm not just going in there and posting crap. I'm not going in what I like to call hitting it and quitting it. I actually go in, I look at what's being said, I actually converse, I actually answer questions. And when I see things that I want to coach on, right, I go and I say, "Ooh, let me take that," and I do a live. I write it down. I do this as that might be a live that I do. Okay, I don't necessarily coach in that thread. Okay, really kind of important. They didn't ask for it. What you can do is say, "Hey, I did a video on this just recently," to the person. Would you like a link to it? And give them the link once it's done. Make sure you don't mention them by name in that video. It's kind of rude. All right. So lives, I try to go live. I've been really slacking this lately. I do try to go live every day, every other day or so. Um, as I said, I've been a little bit slacking on this. I realized that this has been detrimental to me, that I really do need to be out there and I need to see people and I need to speak. Okay. My group, like I said, we're human in groups, and I do have a social media plan for each group, social media posts for everywhere. Okay. That's what mine looks like. All right. Next, when you talk about short form, right? I did talk about short form, right? It's Daily Jedi. And this is daily. Yours doesn't have to be, right? I do a Daily Jedi. It's 1 minute. It's real quick. I could be doing it batch doing them. I, one of the ways that I remember if I've done it or not is to check what shirt I'm wearing. So I kind of like the fact that I'm doing that. I may go back and start doing batch content creation when it comes to that, like I do with my social media posts. Most of my social media posts are batch created. So that's there, right? Also for podcasts, okay, I have mine. All right, so my podcast is the Creative Nomad Show. There's 2 others that I can be on at any moment if I needed to be, or I thought that the topic was good for me, right? I also want to be on 1 to 2. My goal is to be on 1 to 2 podcasts a week. find people actually respond to me when I'm on podcasts. So I really want to be sure that I'm there. Does that make sense? All right. Last but not least, I kind of talked about this a little bit. So when it comes to trainings, I do this call weekly. I have a weekly call. I may drop a training every so often when I think it's important, but I really try to keep that only to this. That way, you guys don't have a ton of stuff that you're getting from me. I know how much is out there, right? So you want to be conscientious of your listeners, of your audience when it comes to that. I do and my goal is to do a workshop once a month or a challenge. The next step is I want to do a seminar or live event. Quarterly. So in 2023, every quarter, I want to have a retreat through the Orange Dragonfly Center. That is one of the things that we're working on, and I will be keeping you guys updated on. Make sure you're checking out orangedragonflycenter.com for all of the updates. All right, so you might be saying, oh my goodness, Jeffrey, this is so much stuff. This is so much work, okay? So a lot of this, as you're doing this content, right? You're creating all this content, you're repurposing it. So this call that we're doing right now will be actually uploaded into the group. And it's also uploaded onto YouTube, onto the YouTube page for me, where I can share it wherever it goes out to a couple different places, so that people can actually see your stuff, right? No more extra work other than to upload. Pretty darn simple. Okay. Any trainings I do, I also do the same thing. I can upload to YouTube. I can put it here. I have, and a lot of times, if you check out the guides up in the group, you'll see a lot of trainings. I also have those in my, a lot of the trainings in my academy over at trainings.trueawesomelife.com, all grouped together in an order that will actually help you. So make sure you check that out also. The Creative Nomad Show, that goes to not only my group, it goes over to Life Coaching Today. So that's over 5,000 members. We also have that goes to my YouTube page, and then it goes all out to all the different podcasts. So you see how that piece of content, and starting this week or next week, little clips are going to be taken out of it from my assistant. So you'll hear little bits of that I could do in my short form stuff, or I could do here in the group, right? And you see the weekly calls, they're right there. You're going to see this, right? So I know that seems like a lot. So how do you keep up with it all? All right. I am going to get rid of this. I'm going to get rid of that. Boop, 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 boop. And I'm going to share something really cool. I use this really cool tool called Trello. And if you are not using Trello, I hear Monday is really good, but I've already got Trello. So you might want to look at a couple things, but Trello is amazing. And this is my Trello board, okay? And you see my weekly plan, my Facebook Lives. These are the ones that I have set up, okay? I have a workout tracker here, my Jedi papers to make sure that I'm actually doing my papers on time. That one's not being done either. Recording meditations, I want to get those created. Create my next workshop is on my list for this week, and doing the daily Jedis. And you see, I started putting those in. So what I'm going to do is let's talk about weekly trainings. All right, so the weekly Tuesday calls, I can tell you what they're all going to be for this week, this month. All right, so August, first week in August, we talked about connection. Second week in August, we are talking about visibility plans. Next week, we're going to be talking about integrity. It's a secret sauce of life. Guys, if you're working on your integrity, and I don't want you to hear morality when I say that. I want you to actually hear integrity as integrity. It means whole and complete. The next one after integrity, I'm not positive on yet, and I will let you guys know. But you see how easy it is to put that in? Okay. These are all kinds of current projects that I'm kind of working on different things. The challenge that I did recently, some of the messaging for that. I did the Inspired Action. The platform challenge, you guys have seen that. Those are both over at trainings.trueawesomelife.com. You can pick those up today. And I'm working on what is next. And I think it's going to be something around creating movement. So we're going to play with that. Some ideas that I have going on, you know, blah, 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 blah. These are things that went out to my personal wall. And then these are some of the groups I'm in. And at the end, I have saved. So you're seeing, this is actual content I've wrote. Okay. Stop making excuses. We talked about that. Actually, it's my profile picture right now. You can actually read this because I think it's really important. I actually put it as my profile picture and put it underneath it. This went out to the Life Coach today. Tomorrow it can go out to different places. It'll go out to Queer Money Gang. And then all the way through until it's done. I hope that helps a little bit. I'm going to keep it kind of short today and know that every one of you are loved. If you have any questions, let me know. And either down below or send me a message. And I appreciate you guys. May you feel the presence of the Force because the Force is always with you.
The working crew's leaving on a space detail.
This state of zero gravity